Hey, this is Erica Chakowski with DevOps.com, and I'm on the floor at DOES 2015 with Tom Limoncelli. He's with Stack Overflow, and we're going to talk a little bit about radical ideas from the cloud that enterprises can really take advantage of. Tom, you did talk a little bit earlier today, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I wanted to get kind of the biggest high points that you hope to let people know who aren't at the show that you've learned.
Sure. So I have a new book out on system administration in the cloud, and it's a lot of what I've learned from my 7 years at Google and other experiences. And a lot of that is perfectly applicable to people that work in the enterprise, on-premise, everything. Because really, the big key points are all soft skills, more so than technical.
Right.
So organizing your work in small batches instead of big bang releases, which is a big DevOps principle, is a big part of it, for example.
Right, and that's really common sense stuff, but I think people still need to hear it, and also just to make DevOps more approachable for these folks, because they think that there's some special magical secret sauce at places like Google. And I'm not going to use the unicorns horses thing because we have beat that horse into the ground, but it's applicable.
I agree, and where I'm now at Stack Overflow, it is a website, but it's very small, and yet we still find ways of applying all these things.
Okay. What would you say is the most radical idea that you think enterprises can still take advantage of?
I think the most radical thing is working in a blameless environment. That there's the old school thinking is if there's an outage, someone must be at fault, and often that person is fired. And what that does is it creates an environment where everyone works in fear, they communicate less, they hide small problems, and the small problems grow and grow and grow and become big problems. So by thinking you're taking outages so seriously, you're actually creating the environment that creates outages. So the radical idea is to create a blameless environment, talk about your outages openly, write post-mortem documents that help the organization learn. Every time Stack Overflow has an outage, we write a post-mortem that we email out to the entire company that explains what happened, what we learned from it, what we're going to do in the future to prevent this kind of thing. And so all the different IT groups learn from this, all the employees see the transparency, and it means that every outage educates the organization.
I love that, because a lot of times people bring up blameless culture in terms of, kind of invigorating experimentation, but it's also a way of invigorating visibility and transparency. So that's cool. Well, hey, Tom, I appreciate your time, and I'm sure we'll see you around next year.
Great, thank you for having me.
Thank you.